2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. Every home game's a reason to get dressed up for these guys. We bring you tonight into Portland over the Burnside. Now it's ended.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the three, the small forward. George, no good.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Lillard with it. McCollum outside. It's McCollum on the wing. They grab their own miss. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Pass to Leonard. Outside, George. Rondo passes to Zubac. Outside for Rondo. 4 on the clock. Moves back up. Back to Zubac. He can't get it to go. Now Portland takes it the other way.
0 for 3 now in the early going. Just a little bit out of sync.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Rondo passes to Zubac. And here's George. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's McCollum. Jacks up a three, and they will call over the back on the play.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job at the box out.
Beautiful to the eyes. That's good fundamental basketball. You love to see that playing the right way.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Now here's Lillard. Here's Covington, and it's sent back by George. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. So they take the lead.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Drops in the layup for 2. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Cantry checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for McCollum. And that one's good, Anthony.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Kennard against Jones.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Oturu, the pass to Cousins. And the shot goes in.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
There's 49 seconds left in the first. And the basket by Jackson.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Now Powell. He feeds it to Anthony. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Clippers on the break. And that one's good. Beverly.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Lillard. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. The Clippers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Everly with the ball. Outside Jackson. 17-foot shot on the way. And Cancer pulls it down. With 1 on the clock. That one, no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. Rondo kicks to Leonard. And the pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Back to Zubac. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's Leonard missing.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
The Clippers shooting 40% from the field. The feed to Rondo. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Rondo's got his first points of the game.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Simons. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Leonard. And that one is off. Here's Jones. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Beverly, and he lays it straight in. Beverly's got his second basket.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter-oriented.
McCollum, and too long on the shot. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Jackson drives in, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And here's McCollum for 3. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Passes it to Beverly. Here's Oturu. Outside Jackson. That one drops for him.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Pass to Beverly. Back to Jackson. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Here's McCollum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Here's Oturu. Defended by Covington.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And it's McCollum off the drive. And the rejection by Cousins. Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Anthony subbed in for Derek Jones. George. And the wide open shot from Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Leonard with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
Lillard on top. He's covered by Rondo. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Here's Lillard. That one's off. Still out of sync. Clippers have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Leonard finds Morris.
Just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Gets it off. And so it's Los Angeles ahead. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in two. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joe.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We're seeing a tremendous game so far from Marcus Morris.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Pass to Beverly. Now Cousins. The pass to Oturu. He kicks it to Beverly. Floats it up for Cousins. Powell with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 5.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Bucket is good. Kennard's got his first basket. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, no. You just said that because it's true.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
Beverly finds Cousins. From 6 away. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Simons. It's good. This game is all even.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And here's Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum kicks to Jones. And 2 free throws coming up on it. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it with double checking, and the game continues on.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
1:53 left in the third quarter. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Just his first attempt. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. For Portland, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throw.
And Cantor drops them both.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. And Jones sends it back. Rondo against Powell. Here's Simons. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Simons has got 4 points now in the quarter. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Zubats in the post. He's against Cantor, and that one is good from Zubats.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Feeds to Cantor. Anthony kicks to Jones. 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way. Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
You know, there's always going to be room in this league for guys like Luke Kennard. He can shoot, he can pass it, and he can put it on the floor.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard, the pass to Pop. The Trailblazers rebound. Takes it out to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Cantor. Just 3 to shoot. Tries again. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Clippers on top, leading by... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Kennard. Ivica Zubac is out there with the 2. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3.
Ever the opportunist, McCollum probing for a weakness, finds one and exploits it.
Jackson dishes to Batum. Shoots over Covington. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 1-point game. Lillard left side. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Zubac. Rebounded by McCollum.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Nobody near Lillard. Offensive rebound. The shot's good from Cantor.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Pass to Zubac. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. And the basket by Lillard.
All quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Zubac the pass to George. To stop the run. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 5. One-on-one fast break. Lillard from outside. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And George, here we go. And they pick up 2.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination. Lillard
against Rondo. Now, here's Lillard. Defense is right there. That's down the hash. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting. Clippers trail by 5. Rondo dishes to Leonard. Back to Rondo. Count the basket. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Morris passes to Zubac. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland leading by 5. Pass to Lillard. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Rondo. And George, here we go. Zubac against Covington. And here's Morris for 3. Takes it out to Leonard. And that one is good.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Lillard scanning the floor. It's good.
I'm positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 5. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game.
And there's the pass to McCollum. And it's sent back by Morris.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson's got the ball.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard outside. Good there, the potential game winner off the mark. And that's going to do it for regulations. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4-man position. And it's sent back by Leonard. McCollum against George. Shoots over Powell. Batum passes to Leonard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And his teammates love it. Canner taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Passes it to Batum. All sorts of time. Stolen by McCollum. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. Kicks it to Powell. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Powell's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gotten all three of their shots to drop so far in overtime. Here's Leonard. It's tipped. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Leonard looking around. Money!
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
It's blocked. Now here's McCollum. It's good!
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Leonard attacking and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
You know what? Their focus right now, every possession has to yield points.
It's George on the wing. Leonard against Powell. Pass to Beverly and stolen by Lillard. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
From deep three-point range, misses. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. And they, all right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And just about to get underway as the starting fives. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Porter is out there with Morris, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. It's Najee in at the four-man position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take them to another level for sure. And that's Gordon's game now. You can't give him room to hit the launch pad, because if he does, he's throwing it down every time.
Here's Lillard. Porter with a block. And they'll keep possession.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Jokic passes to Gordon. Can't get it to fall.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
McCollum, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Gordon against Powell. Gordon kicks to Jokic. Back to Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Jokic inside. Defended by Covington. 2 points. That one goes.
Boy, a lot of energy and hustle on display from Jokic that time. Never giving up on a possession.
Lillard surveying the D. That one goes. Count it. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Morris with the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Lillard against Morris. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Jokic. The Nuggets leading by 4. Here's Najee, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Lillard outside. And it's good. 2 points. Lillard's got 6.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Denver in the lead. Here's Morris. Pass to Jokic. Count that one. He has 6.
Boy, he's so crafty, a really tricky player. I mean, Jokic likes to go with the floater when the defense least expects it.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 6. The feed to Nurkic. Fires the 3. And it's Lillard missing. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Lillard outside. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
And I'm impressed by the level of concentration Covington has on these difficult finishes. I mean, in this league, you have to get used to making shots despite being bumped a little bit or being challenged at a high level.
Here's Morris after the made shot from Robert Covington. Morris passes to Jokic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 8 points for Jokic.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Lillard, and right as the buzzer sounded, he just dunked it right down. Wow!
And great move there to ensure they end the quarter on a strong note.
Yeah, really strong move to the rim as well. Sometimes you'll opt for the layup, but not this.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Denver Nuggets. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We come back right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Denver.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of...
Oh, my. Great.
Goodness! That was special. Well, doing a little bit of everything. Millsap, terrific at moving the ball, sensing when a teammate has a good look. It doesn't stick with him.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Rob. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And the basket is good. McCollum's got his first 2 points.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Here's the pass to Chanshaw. Now here's Millsap for 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Back to Jones. Canner in the corner. And Canner throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Pass to Millsap. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Bowl. And Jones sends it back. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Chanshaw. And the powerful one-handed slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Pass to Simons. Here's Cantor.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Lillard's checked in for Portland. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Gordon. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gordon's got his second basket of the game.
Well, you've got to give Gordon the ball when he's down inside. I mean, he can really score it in there.
Lillard outside. The three. The Trailblazers rebound. Another shot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Lillard's got 10 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Pass to Gordon. 1:03 left to play here in the second quarter. Back to Harrison. Now the pass to Millsap. Over Jones. Millsap misses. Trailblazers trail by 5. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Now here's Lillard. 10 points for him. Pass to Cannon. Now here's Jones. Defended by Gordon. Inside. Here's Green. And Green slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Lillard with it. Puts up a three. Portland again missing. To the inside. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to after 2 quarters. It's Denver out in front. They lead by 9 points. And that.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with Morris. And there's Gordon. It's Najee in at the 4. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Now Morris, outside Gordon. Passes to Porter. Lob pass to Gordon, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. And a wide open look for McCollum, offline with his 3. Throws it up high.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
Covington's reach, the length of his arms really coming in handy when he goes up to block shots like that.
Denver shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And the basket by McCollum.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Lillard against Morris. Knocked away. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum against Porter. And here's McCollum. 5 points in the game. To the wing right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a deep three from Lillard. Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Morris inside. Powell's there. Jokic. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Lillard. He's got 10. And here's McCollum for 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Astonagi. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And the wide open shot from Morris drains the three-pointer. Morris has got 5 points so far.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And he gets it to go.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Jokic, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
McCollum against Morris. Porter with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Trailblazers trail by 15. 1:06 left to play in the third. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. No good with the triple.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
And easy to understand why many believe Porter is the complete package. Skilled at making the correct pass.
Lillard, right side.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Morris looking over the floor. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Here's Harrison. Cans the 12-footer. Harrison's got his first points in this one. Lillard outside. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Oh, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
And so it's the Denver. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the point. On the wing, Green. The basket, and the Nuggets lead by 13. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. He kicks to Cantor. The dish to Jones. Millsap's against Anthony. Here's Cantor. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Millsap.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Gordon's checked in for the Nuggets. Porter comes in for Austin Rivers.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
It's McCollum with the drive. Count that one.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Harrison passes to Green. He dishes it to Porter. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
And even 3-on-3 break. And finished off by Porter.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Here's Lillard. McCollum trying to get open, and it's Lillard missing. The Nuggets leading by 17, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Green, and Monte Morris subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. And a wide open look for Porter. From downtown, connects from three-point range. Porter's got 7 points for the quarter.
How about that smooth shot from the arc for Porter? He's got such a confident release and deep range, too.
Lillard misses. The Nuggets now on offense. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. The pass to Gordon. Kicks it to Morris. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 20. And here's McCollum for three. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And here's Millsap from the arc. But they'll get another chance. Lets it go from deep. Morris, no good. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open, and he drops it in from the low post.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nuggets.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Michael Porter.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Outside Gordon. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
To the middle. Here's Covington. Nurkic trying to get open. Covington's shot is off. Jokic with it. Now defended by McCollum. On the wing, Gordon. Misses off the left iron. The Blazers on offense. It's an 18-point game. And here's McCollum for three. They get it back.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
A three from Morris. No good. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. The lights of downtown reflecting short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Doncic outside. Dallas moving it around. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Lillard, and the layup is good. Chris, it doesn't matter if they're two of the best teams in the league or the two worst. When these guys get together, these rivals, it's always fun.
Yeah, Kevin, you're so right. When it's a conference rivalry, that's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them friends.
Doncic against Lillard. And that one's good. Doncic.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Lillard outside. On deep. But they recover it. McCollum passes to Lillard. The second chance effort. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Lillard has a scorer's mentality. He's tremendous at going strong and earning a trip to the line.
4 free throws good from Lillard.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Lillard with it. He's got 6. McCollum outside. 5 to shoot. And that one drops for him.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Passes it to Richardson. And here is Marjanovic. Pass to Porzingis. Tipped away. Nurkic with the steal. Covington with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Here's McCollum. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Good on the shot. A minute 42 left here in the first quarter. Simons surveying the D. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And good that time. Brunson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Powell against Hardaway. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
Capable of being a defensive anchor. Keith Cauley-Stein is positioning himself to swat shots.
It's good on the putback.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
It's important for Cantor to be effective in the pick and roll. I mean, it makes their offense much more complete.
2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Now the pass to Pop. Kicks it to Cantor. Lays it up and banks it in.
Cantor is a single-minded scorer. Doesn't like to be denied when he's got position, even dealing with a lot of contact.
Now here's Doncic. 9 points in the game so far. And Jones pulls it down.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be right back after this.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. J.J. Redick is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Marjanovic in at the center position. A nice shot by Simons.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easy it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Doncic outside. It's tipped. Right side, Redick out to Doncic. Traps in the tray. Doncic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And it's McCollum off the drive. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Up and in on the layup. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
That one good for 2.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Nurkic. Will it go? It's rebounded by Dallas.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. But hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
It's Redick on the wing. 1:52 left to play here in the half. There's the triple. Powell finds Cauley Stein. The three for Doncic. He's off on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Mavericks leading by 8. Cauley Stein dishes to Doncic. And it's Cauley Stein. That time on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. McCollum against Redick. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
You got to respect the intelligence of McCullough, a pro at utilizing the pick and roll. You can't let him get into a comfort zone.
Redick for 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. 8-point game. A 3-ball. That one's not going to go. And it's Dallas the other way. Down low. Here's Brunson. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now, here's Lillard. Defense right on him. It's rebounded by Dallas.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Was shot by Redick. No good. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Powell, that's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lillard outside. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Good on the bucket. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What body control from McCollum. I like whenever.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 18 points, 3 rebounds. And that's...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Clearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Lillard against Brunson. Hangs in the air, and the layup is good. Brunson's got 6.
No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker, just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
Lillard attacking. Count it.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. His speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Mavericks leading by 7.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Lillard against Brunson, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Robert Covington. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Porzingis is coming in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Doncic, no good. Trailblazers trail by 7. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Good work defensively by Richardson.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Mavericks leading by 9. And Doncic, here we go. Good D by McCollum. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Kanter. And contact. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Marjanovic finds Doncic. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Simons, guarded by Marjanovic. Simons, the pass to Kanter. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Doncic.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Here's Powell. Porzingis with the block. Doncic left side. Here's the teardrop. And that one drops. Doncic has got 20 points.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Redick dishes to Cauley-Stein. The shot by Redick, no good. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Here's Anthony, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Anthony's got his first bucket in this one.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now draw it away to the paint. Here's Powell, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Powell's got 10.
Well, he'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Hardaway against Jones. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line. And that one falls for Jones. And so Jones nails both of them. So it's the Mavericks now. Hardaway for 3. Off target. And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks lead by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Burke is out there with J.J. Redick, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Mavericks leading by 7. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Lillard attacking, and the rejection by Marjanovic. No good from Finney-Smith. The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Cullen passes to Covington, and here's Nurkic, guarded by Marjanovic. Nurkic kicks to Covington. 6 to shoot. Powell, no one around him. Here's Nurkic, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Passes it to Marjanovic. On the wing, Hardaway. Dallas moving the ball around. Finney-Smith passes to Burke. Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Burke. And stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Here's Covington. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I like to see this. Lillard patient, reading the D. He finds the open man.
Now Burke makes it off the glass. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lillard scanning the floor, and then Lillard slams it in.
Pick and roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. They've led by as much as 10. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Redick comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Richardson, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Trey Burke. It's McCollum with the drive. That one goes in.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is. Even in big parts of the game, you can depend on him to step his game.
Doncic outside. Pass to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Elbow shot. And another basket for Dallas.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Lillard outside. That shot off. Nice D from Doncic. On the wing, Doncic. Richardson against McCollum. Richardson kicks to Powell. Back to Richardson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
And this coaching staff loves when Richardson gets inside. I mean, it keeps their offense well-rounded and gives the defense a lot to worry about.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And, guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
The pass to Powell. Back to Porzingis. Powell against Cantor. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
And it's a wrap. Any chance they may have had for a comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
That's a 2 from Lillard. They grab their own miss. The shot's good from Cantor.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Back to Redick. The 3. Dallas, no good that time either. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Covington. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
And so it's Dallas winning this one. A troop, David. Thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. It's time for the NBA Live. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Stolen by George. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Beverly with the ball.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now, here is George. inside. Here's Zubac. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard on the wing. Takes a shot at the elbow. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach. Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Got a piece of it. It doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Covington with the steal. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Lillard's got his second bucket.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Beverly with the ball. Zubac finds George. Zubac trying to break loose. And that one's good. George.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Here's Lillard. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The shot by George, no good. Portland trailing here. And it's Simons missing.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
Now Lillard. He's got 7. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
There's a minute left in the first quarter of the game. Jackson kicks to George. There's the 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 7 points.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Outside, George. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. That one, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Anthony, the pass to Jones. Lillard against Jackson. Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First one falls for him.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Jackson passes to Cousins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins, not a tremendous leaper. So what do? You go to your up fake game and catch that defense off balance.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. Here's Powell. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And give him credit. Good awareness.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Right side Jackson. Banked in off the glass. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul... I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Jackson. There's the pass to Morris. Passes it to Mann. Clock at 6. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Shot from 12. Rebounded by McCollum. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Anthony drives in. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Jackson passes to Cousins. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 3. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Jackson dishes to Cousins. Pass to Kennard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Lillard's checked in. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
Powell against Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George. Back to Zubac. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Covington. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on George.
Robert Covington sought out the contact, finishes the play, and now we'll try to finish the three-point play.
Clippers trail by 4. And here's George. He's got 7. The dish to Leonard. And there's the pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Looking to end the run. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has zero fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell. That free throw good from Leonard. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Simons, he's checked in for McCullough. Free throw good. Damian Lillard. The Clippers trail. 1:24 left in the first half. Outside Leonard. The shot's good.
One thing that stands out over the course of Leonard's career is how efficient and effective he has been on the offensive end.
He gets that one.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Now here's Beverly. Elbow shot is on the way. That one a little long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Beverly the pass to George. Now here's Zubats. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jones drives in. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Takes it out to Covington. Back to Cantor. On the wing, Jones. Lillard outside. Over Beverly. Not this time. And so we conclude the first half. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 20 points. Well, he's been an elite. And
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCullough. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. Jackson with it. Passes to Kennard. Here's Mann, guarded by Powell. Kennard against McCullough. Out to Morris. Covington with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Lays it up and banks it in. Covington's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
Los Angeles calls timeout. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers. Mikal and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And it's Lillard missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 8-point game. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
And it's good for 2. Lillard's got 22 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Here's Zubats. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
3
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Lillard outside. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Portland shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Stolen by Beverly. Here's the break. Lob pass to George. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
It's McCollum with the drive. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 5. That's good for George on the assist from Leonard. George has got 6 in the quarter.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And the rejection by Zubac. Pass to Anthony. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Trailblazers, Derek Jones, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 6 points.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Pass to Cousins. Jackson looking it over. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Lets the 3 fly. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 5. Morris dishes to Cousins. Jackson passes to Morris. The feed now to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, quality shots usually translate to great percentages. The chippy for DeMarcus Cousins with authority.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. A nice shot by Simons.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And the pass to Kennard. Morris kicks to Kennard. Back to Morris. Over Anthony. Morris finds Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
Here's Powell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Jackson. Lays it up off the glass. 6 points for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Simons. He's got 8. Dishes it to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Boy, once Cantor establishes position on the interior, forget about it.
Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers bringing the quarter to... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And the Clippers call time here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them this is gut check time. This is when it gets real. and when it gets fun. We're here to play in these big moments. Let's make this one count. Kevin, by my count, that's 5 cliches.
Thanks so much, David. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And Lillard gets double teamed. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nurkic finds Powell. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Leonard inside. Powell's there. Leonard with the bucket.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Now Beverley. Leonard inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. And it's Leonard missing. Trailblazers leading by 7. Up top, Powell. Nurkic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's George. Nurkic with the block. And even 3-on-3 break. It's tipped. Kicks to McCollum. Five on the clock. Patterson up top. Defended by Covington. And he makes that one.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 7. And no good that time. Nice D from Lillard. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Zubac against McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. To the left wing. Here's Patterson. The Clippers keep it alive. Fades. And it's Leonard missing. Trailblazers leading by 9. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. That shot missing. And it's Portland the other way.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Damian Lillard.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard left side.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Count it.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Here's Lillard, and he makes good on the layup. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him. And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived at the arena. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
The pass to Jokic. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary. Jokic on an alley-oop, sweet.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. And now just over a minute played here in the first.
Opportunistic defense on that possession, guys.
Najee passes to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Again, the Nuggets score.
I swear Jokic is out there playing with the watch on because of the timing aspect of his game.
Lillard outside. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Najee passes to Morris. Denver the rebound. Here's Gordon. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
Lillard bounce pass. He kicks it to McCollum. Shoots. The offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Passes it to Porter. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Powell finds Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Powell with it. Launches it. With the second effort. And Nurkic lays it in. Nurkic has got 6 points.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Gordon the pass to Morris. Back to Gordon. Powell with the steal. The three from McCollum. Hits the three-point bomb.
Finding some space out there on the perimeter was McCollum, and he finds ways to knock it down.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
To end the run. No good off the front iron.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Harrison comes in for Monte Morris. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum kicks to Kanter. Jokic with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Powell with the steal. Covington with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Lillard attacking and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
From 15 feet away, the Nuggets with another miss. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Covington's shot is off.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And that one's good. Millsap.
They look over the defense. You find an opportunity inside the lane. That's good work by Paul Millsap.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Lillard. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Here's Harrison. Over to the wing. Here's Jokic, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Hustling to get up on that shot. No one can fault Cantor.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Trailblazers leading by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. Denver passing it around. Chanchar, the pass to Bull. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bull. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's McCollum. Feeds it to Kanter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
This is a guy who plays with a high motor and who enjoys contact. Kanter feasting inside.
Now Millsap. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. But they get it back. McGee, the pass to Bull.
And the size Bull has poses problems for any defense, especially when he's trying his best to be aggressive scoring.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will say Gary Payton. I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Millsap passes to Morris. And he banks in the layup.
I think Paul Millsap's time both in Utah and in Atlanta in the systems of ball movement are helping out this offense now.
Here's Simons, covered by Morris. Here's Kanter. McGee with the block. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Trailblazers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Harrison. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
1:56 left in the first half of the game. Here's Harrison. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Simons. That one misses. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Here's Simons. And he comes up with the deuce. Simons has got 4 points this quarter. And with the dunk contest in Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Here's Jones. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Jones. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Lillard attacking, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. With his first shot attempt, and there's Porter on the assist by Jokic. And it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
He can't get that one to fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Monte Morris is out there with Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And there's Gordon. It's Najee in at the 4-man position. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Pass to Jokic. The Trey. Powell pulls it in.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Rebound by the Nuggets. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his second basket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lillard attacking. Here's Nurkic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And here is Morris. From downtown. But they'll get another chance. Here's Najee. Boom, he jams it straight down.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Lillard kicks it to Nurkic, and there's the pass to McCollum. offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Got to put a body on there. Just too big down low.
Morris inside. Covered by Lillard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Denver. Millsap comes in for Gordon. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And finished off by Porter.
And Porter has such great athleticism, able to get up and throw it down.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Pass to Jones. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Anthony. Anthony drawing the double team. Jones, no one around him. That 3 off the mark. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 1. Green left side. Shoots over Powell. Here's Millsap out to Morris. Jokic against Cantor. This one for 3. Jokic, no good. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Simons, guarded by Green. They double him with Green. Clock at 6. Anthony with it. Now defended by Jokic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Melo powering his way through the defense down there. He's used to that kind of contact throughout his career.
The Trailblazers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee comes in for Jokic. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Monte Morris. Harrison passes to McGee. Harrison scanning the floor. And it's McGee with the jam. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Here's Simons. Softly drops in the floater. Simons has got 6.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
3/4 of play in a close game here. It's the Trail. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. Anthony out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Harrison. Passes it to Millsap. Back to Harrison. Now the dish to Millsap. Pass to Harrison. Front past the arc. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Now here is McGee. The pass to Harrison. It's stolen by Anthony. Lillard with no one around. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And a nice spark for their offense here. in the second half, now above 50% for the game.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Harrison. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Lillard outside. From 8. And again, it's Portland converting.
Yeah, Lillard aggressive in this game so far. Awesome at finding different ways to attack close to the rim.
Here's Harrison, covered by Lillard. Denver passing it around. Here's McGee. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Enes Kanter. And the first one at the line is good for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Carmelo Anthony. Portland leading by 4. McCollum with the ball.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Don't confuse being slow with not having mobility. Jokic remains a threat to drive.
Monte Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Lillard. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Oh boy, the touch is coming back here in the second half. Percentages from the field much better than it was at the break.
Pass to Najee. There's the double team with Covington. Porter, no luck. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. 4-point game. Foul for 3. It's rebounded by Najee. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And that one's good by Porter.
And it's clear Porter is a gutsy guy, someone who enjoys taking and making huge shots for his team.
Here's Lillard. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
And then Lillard slams it in.
What a luxury for a staff to have a guard who can do this. Lillard able to elevate quickly for the monster jam.
Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic from 11 feet away. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Jokic.
Look, Jokic continues to get confidence. He is becoming that guy for this team.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Good work defensively by Morris. Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Jokic passes to Najee.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away, using those long arms.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Jokic on the foul. Jokic has got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
Yeah, Jokic in a smart place there, collects the offensive rebound, very alert, and cleans up the mess.
Lillard against Morris.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Denver calls timeout. They're down by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Well, he's got his field goal percentage in the high 50s. And that says a lot about how well he's been able to kind of exploit the gaps in the defense. His motion, his ability to find open spots on the floor, you can definitely see the difference.
And here's Morris for 3. No good from three-point territory. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it. Welcome, everyone, here on 2K Sports.
Well, guys,
you certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Oh, Covington in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's up a three. On the wing, Doncic. 6 to shoot. Pass to Marjanovic, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Up top, Porzingis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
Lillard attacking, and that one good.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Doncic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
Lillard with it. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And Doncic, here we go. Here's Marjanovic. The three from Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Pass to Covington. That's a 2 from Powell. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks trail by 4. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And, you know, Richardson, simply by being aggressive, puts a lot of pressure on the defense and is able to force the foul.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. Right side Redick over McCollum. Dallas, no good that time either.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's the 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
There's the pass to Brunson. Out to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Redick for 3. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It goes on C.J. McCollum. The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the stripe, too.
It's McCollum with the drive. He gets it in there. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Redick with the bucket. He's got 5.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
And it's McCollum off the drive. And yes, it's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Brunson, no good. And even 3-on-3 break. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by... Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from being...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Blazers.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
They've got Dwight Powell. Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Burke. Pass to Powell. The shot, no good. Excellent D from Cancer. Trailblazers leading by 4. Simons surveying the D. That one doesn't drop. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Pass to Cauley Stein. And Brunson has it in the corner. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Now here's McCollum. Tight defense on him. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist from Cauley Stein. It's a tie ball game.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Brunson with a clean look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And here's McCollum for 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Back to Brunson. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by McCollum. Powell against Cantor. The shot by Powell, no good.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And then for the Trailblazers, Norman Powell comes in for McCollum, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter, and Robert Covington subbed in for Jones. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Lillard against Marjanovic. Lays it up off the glass. Marjanovic has got his first basket. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And here is Doncic. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played, Doncic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance point.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic outside, jacks up a three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and he gets it to go from the corner. Now just a 1-point Maverick lead. Doncic looking it over. Banked in off the glass. Doncic has got 11.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Lillard attacking.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Doncic. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were always within striking distance. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Bearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. It's McCollum with the drive. That shot off the mark. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They lead by 1.
Exactly what Richardson can do on the drive. I mean, he can handle the ball. He's got a quick step, and he can finish when he gets to the rim.
Lillard against Richardson. And that one, good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now Richardson. Doncic outside. To the wing on the left. Powell inside. He's guarded by Nurkic, and it's in there. Powell's got his second bucket.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Nurkic against Powell. Takes it out to Covington for the tie. Here's Nurkic, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Nurkic has got 6 points.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Out to Doncic. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14. Back to Redick. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Out to Doncic. Lets it go. Kept alive. On the wing, Doncic. Right wing. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Second shot opportunity. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And the basket by McCollum.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Doncic outside. Redick passes to Powell. The three for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Dallas has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Covington sends it back.
Covington's reach, the length of his arms really coming in handy when he goes up to block shots like that.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Mavericks trailing. Passes it to Porzingis. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Down low, stolen by Kanter. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. Covington dishes to Kanter. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Porzingis with the steal. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game time. Cauley Stein kicks to Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Here's Simons. You know, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Trailblazers lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Jalen Brunson out there with Burke, and it's Marjanovic in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Here's Brunson. Marjanovic, no good. Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's McCollum. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. And Burke has it in the corner. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Here's Porzingis. They shoot again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
You know, Porzingis keeps defenders on their toes because he's such a skilled player and has a bunch of moves.
A different look for Dallas. Richardson comes in for Trey Burke. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Richardson up top. Good D by Covington. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Nurkic with the block. Porzingis with the steal. Got that one up quick.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks to Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. He was all alone on that one. McCollum's got 11 in the second half. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Portland?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Richardson. Nurkic with the block. Lillard against Marjanovic.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. That free throw good from Lillard. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have, man. I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. The three for Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
Buries it from three-point range.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for C.J. McCollum.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Here's Simon. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Dallas has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Doncic kicks to Redick. Back to Doncic. The 7-footer falls.
Well, it's so easy to be excited about Doncic. A lot to like in his game, especially when he's sinking tough shots in the face of the defense like this.
And the pass to Hollis Jefferson for three. But they recover it. Out to the right wing. Pass to Simons. And here's Jones. Just 5 on the clock. The second chance effort. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Doncic left side. And the shot goes down.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Powell with the steal. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business.